this is going to affect your sleep. Just try to do nothing. Just let your system. It's a foreign concept, right? Do nothing. Let yourself be. Start with a few functional assessment exams. So the first thing we're going to do is assess your posture. So I'm just going to have you stand nice and solid with your feet about shoulder distance apart. Turn your palms to face forward, draw your shoulders back, and I'm just going to scan that just for a moment here. Good, and then go ahead and turn to face that door. Awesome, and then we're going to have you walk towards that. So come all the way to the back of the desk there. All right, so you're going to give us your best model walk. Go ahead and go for it. Awesome, and then pause and turn around. Excellent. Good, go ahead and stand right back where you were, and we're going to do a squat. So just stand as comfortable as far as your feet will allow you to, and then we'll have the same idea. So externally rotate the palms, come all the way up to the sky, and just as low as you feel comfortable, drop down with your heels flat on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that was one of my things.
Awesome. And then rotate and face. Beautiful. Good. Any pain or anything like that on that? Excellent. So I'll have you take a seat over here. All right. So tell me a little bit about what's going on for your system today.
Yeah. So I have a lot of neck pain, and it's kind of like lingering into my upper back, so just kind of focusing on that.
Yeah, all right. Are your neck pain like 10 being you had to go to the hospital? Where do you feel like it's at right now? 1?
I would say maybe like a 4.
Okay, so it's a little bit less, but still affecting you.
Yeah.
What are the things that it affects, like your driving, your,
Everything.
Okay, so it's everything. So it's like a constant process.
Yeah, like a constant itch. It's just there, but
Okay.
I try to ignore it. And I think like also it's really catching my hip. I don't know how it's related, but I feel that. So.
Okay, so we got some, and is it right side neck and right sided hip, or is it more, can you point to what you're feeling some of that?
So I feel it mainly over here, but it is like slowly like lingering over here, but it is my right hip.
Okay, all right. And then anything else going on with your system that you feel is important? All right, and how's your sleep been?
When we adjusted last time, it was amazing, and now I'm slowly feeling like it's starting to like come back to how I'm usually am. So.
Okay. All right. So it's like a slow kind of gradual. And then how's your energy? Like 100 would being like, oh, I feel so much energy. 0, obviously.
Well, I had some coffee today. So I feel 100% right now. But before the coffee, I was like maybe like a 20%.
So you needed it today?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we want to get you off that so you're feeling that without any of the other substance. Okay. All right. So essentially our process, why it differs from other practitioners, is that we are going to focus on the nervous system. And the nervous system is the master controller of the body.
Okay.
And so, do you mind if I sit right here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so as you can see here, God gave us this amazing brain, and the brain controls every function of the body. And it does so by sending signals down the spinal cord to every muscle, every organ, and every cell. So what we looked for initially for you is we want to see 3 smooth spinal curves, okay? So that's what we're looking for in your posture. We also want to see a spine that is, straight in the front, so no deviations. And the last part is what can happen is these segments can actually get twisted and block specific areas of the body. And we call that in the chiropractic world a subluxation. Now, if that's too much of a fancy word, just think of it as a block, right?
Okay.
All right. So in a moment, I'm actually going to test your body, and I'm going to see, because let's say we had this nerve going out to your muscle, and I were to actually cut the nerve to your muscle. What would happen to the muscle?
It wouldn't work properly.
It wouldn't work, yeah, exactly. So let's say you did have a blockage, and only 80% of the nerve flow was getting to that muscle. What would happen to the muscle?
It would just give out, probably, or
yeah.
something.
Wouldn't be functioning optimally, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm going to test your muscles and we're going to see if there's any sort of weakness, and that will tell us exactly where that potential blockage is, and that's where the treatment will be located, okay?
Okay, let's do it.
Any questions on any of this? So one more thing that I want to elevate your understanding is that if you do have any sort of blockage, I'm not just concerned about your musculoskeletal system, but that's also the same nerve that
Goes to your heart.
goes to the heart, right? So this is a global issue. And if we do have something going on, for instance, the same approach, if I have a blocked nerve there, then is that heart going to be functioning optimally or not optimally? Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Right? Okay. So this is a holistic process. So I'm not just looking just for pain relief, but I'm looking for optimization of your brain and your body. All right?
Sounds
Makes
good.
sense? Cool. Okay. Now let's do some range of motion testing first.
Okay.
So whatever you feel comfortable with, just so we don't have to ask if it's painful every time, you just let me know if you're feeling pain. And it's not the Olympics. You don't have to go as hard as you can. But go ahead and tuck your chin into your chest. Okay. Look up at the sky. All right. Come down, drop your ear, and other side. Good.
Pain a little bit in there.
Feel on that right. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So right lateral flexion, and then let's rotate over the side and rotate. Good. Coming back through center. Any pain on any other thing? Anything
No.
feel like it relieved it at all?
No, but I do feel like it's like,
A little stuck.
yeah, like I can't
Okay.
go as far as I
So
can go in
left,
this one.
yeah, left rotation, right lateral flexion. So we want to make special note of that. And then we're going to test the muscles to see if we can find any sort of weakness. Yeah. So remember, it's not the Olympics. You don't need to fight
Okay.
me. Don't let me push the arms down. Very good. Bring your arms like this. Don't let me pull.
Ooh.
Okay, so we got something going on there, right? You
Yeah.
could feel that even in your own system. So that's going to be our C5, C6 area. And we're going to flip the wrists over. And then don't let me push in. And then don't let me push down. Good. Nothing there. Didn't sound
Okay.
there. Yeah.
That's
So spread your fingers. Don't let me push the fingers in. Good. In, and in. Very good. Okay, you can drop the arms down. I'm going to actually have you push into the back of my hand. Good. Any pain there? Okay, and then over to the side. Okay, yeah. Got something going on there, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Drop down. Good. Okay. So based off of the assessment, we do have a few things kind of going on, right? That we notice your system's not really functioning, and that is the same area where those nerves are going out into the musculature. But that's also where your thyroid is right in the throat. So my next question is, do you feel like you have any metabolism issues or anything like that going on?
No, but
No.
it doesn't mean I don't.
Yeah, yeah. Do you feel like you have any digestive, like any indigestion or anything like that? Bloating?
No, I just don't feel like I've been eating as
Okay.
healthy as I could be.
Okay.
So.
Great. Yeah, just checking. Okay, so let's then come onto your back. A lot of people will come in with, a knee injury or lower back pain, and they'll wonder why I'm testing your upper body. And it's for that very reason that we showed over here, is that if there is a blockage in that conveyor belt of the spine, then that affects the whole entire system, right? The signals can't get down and the signals can't get up. So that may be a very reason or probability that because it's blocked there, we have something going on down here, which was the case for you. So go ahead and bend the knee into the chest. Okay, so same idea. Don't let me push down. Good. And don't let me push in. Don't let me lift up. Good. And then straighten the leg. Hold here. Don't let me push the leg down. Good. And then turn the foot out. Don't let me push down. There. All right, so we got something going on in that psoas region.
Yeah.
All right, bend the knee into the chest. Don't let me push in.
Oh, okay, hold on. Sorry.
There you go. It was still strong. Don't let me push in here. Lift. Right there. Okay, straighten. Hold. So already just a little bit, and then foot out. Hold. Okay, so that one I would say it was even a little bit lower, had lower contractibility.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because you have that right-sided, but your left side is a little bit weaker than the right. So I always like to see which is functioning because, just because we have pain in that region doesn't mean that's where the dysfunction is, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so now let's have you come up into a seated position to help you out. And we're just going to do some range of motion in the lower body. Come into a standing position. All right, so we're going to have you just touch your toes as far as you can. Awesome. Come back up. Peter Pan, bring your hands to your hips. Ooh, look up to the sky. Good, and at any point if you feel any sort of pain, just let me know, okay?
Okay.
All right, and then side bend. Good. And over to the other side. Good. Coming back up, rotate as far as you can so you can actually cross your arms and rotate. Oh, nice. And then the other way. Free, cracks are free.
I know.
Okay, any pain or anything like that going? Okay, good. So a lot of it's going to come a little bit from the upper region though, okay? All right, so let's have you go onto your back. All right, so I want to start us off with some gentle breathing. So before we even get into treating the spine, we want to get you into a parasympathetic state, or just a fancy way of saying a rest and restore state. In fact, most of us are in a chronic stress state, which is a majority of the problems that we experience and dysfunction in our body. So you already got it. It seems like you've been to a good chiropractor before, or a good doctor before, but I want you to, send your breath. And now simultaneously, since you feel like, it looks like you've got this down, see how there's some space in my low back? I want you to bring your stomach in and tuck your tailbone. Try to push your low back into that table.
As I'm exhaling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. That feels comfortable for your body. Awesome. So I already know that this is going to be really good exercise for you. We're all about passive and active treatment. So, I always say I'm a retired doctor, right? Because I'm not going to heal you. I'm not going to fix you. I'm going to facilitate the healing power that's already inside of you. And I'm going to ask you to do, exercises, things like that on your own. And one of the things that'll be really beneficial is this belly breathing and that little hip tuck, just to facilitate your system coming in. And I can feel like that will be a good stability, especially for that hip. All right? So keep going with this, another 2 or 3 breaths. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. If you feel safe, it's okay if you have them open. Good. Awesome. And then you can just let go of that breath. Okay? And when you feel ready, let's go ahead and actually before, I want to actually test your musculature really quickly. So bring this leg straight up, turn the foot out. So all we did was decompress the spine, and I just want to see if that already helped. So don't let me push down. I feel like a lot stronger, like I couldn't even really, perfect. Drop that down.
Now this one I'm kind of nervous about.
So I just want you to understand the concept, because that's what we're doing is as we decompress the spine, those spinal nerves are able to get to the muscle and create more contractibility and create more strength and stability in your body. Does that feel like that makes sense? It's easy, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's try this one. And so you were nervous about this one. Don't let push. Pretty strong.
Still a little bit, but
still a little bit
better.
wobbly, but a lot more contractibility. So we want to see what's kind of going on that left side especially. So now, let's go ahead and flip over onto your stomach. Now, throughout the process, I want you to keep your awareness as best as you can on your breath, okay? And as we release, because, what happens with a chronic stress state or in our daily life or in our lifestyle is we have these big overwhelming experiences and they get stored in your body, in your nervous system. And so as we start to release and uncover, you might feel like some emotions, you might start to feel like your body needs to move, and I want you to feel safe enough for your system to release that, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, pull that down.
Sorry.
You're good. Okay, so that feel like that makes sense? Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's focus on that breath here. And just to check in, we go from 0 to 5, 0 being almost like non-touch to 5 being like full manipulative force. What do you feel like your comfort zone is, or what do you feel like your system is needing?
Like a 3.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. All right, so now we're just going to establish what we call continuity in the system. So if you can imagine all these kids running, by the pool, they're all scattered everywhere, but we're just going to slowly bring them all together by bringing all these pieces kind of together into one unified whole before we even establish and introduce a force into the system. So I'm just going to push down here. So all I'm doing is just tractioning so that you can gather some space. Beautiful. And what I'm seeing is we've got not a lot of movement up here. So not only is this the upper thoracic spine, but this is also the back of the heart. So this is sometimes relating to betrayal or just kind of that closed heart feel. Good, excellent. Beautiful. So just with that breath and awareness, we can release that space. So let's come down to the feet. So I'm just going to check in. Looks like the feet are actually pretty aligned. So really awesome. Maybe just a small shortness on that left side. Let's just check there. And the right side. Okay, so we know that that's going to be an adjustment on the right side. Let's feel what we need. So 3, I think we'll just do the drop table. We don't need to do a side posture today. Does that feel okay?
Yeah.
So I want you to slide down towards your feet about 3 to 4 inches. Have you had the drop table done?
No.
Oh, you didn't need to go that far.
Oh, okay.
Slide up a little bit more right there. And then bring your arms forward. That the larger adjustments are great for systems that really require it. But the adjustment is more than a physical thing. It is also a mental emotion, and it's also an energetic thing. So sometimes it's not required to go that big to create a lot of transformation in the system. And that's really, I think, what makes this office different, is that we're not just a one-size-fits-all type practice. We really work with individual systems in a very specific way that is really tailored exactly to the patient's needs. Excellent. So just that little technique will bring equanimity and balance into the hips. So that little catching, that SI joint area will feel a lot better. Let's see what else. So we got something going on definitely on the left side. So left side, we're feeling actually some musculature, so into that QL. I'm going to press in gently. Is that pressure okay? Mm-hmm. It's almost like a cross pattern, so left shoulder right and down. And I want to also introduce a force into this muscle. So any type of tapping, massage will let go and release the musculature as well. So now I'll have you slide down pretty far. Keep going. Right there is good. So you feel that same little drop table lift up. And all I'm going to do is just adjust the QL. Good. Beautiful. Now, let's have you straighten this leg as high as you can. Good. Right there. Go ahead and drop that. That's not bad. Bring that leg up. And then the other side. Good. Which one did you feel was easier? Or did you feel they're the same? Yeah, that's what I noticed too. I just want to make sure. So what that tells me is that the pelvis is also rotated down like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we'll do, I guess this is just a drop table day. I think this will be very, very helpful for you. Okay, now straighten that leg all the way to the sky. Awesome. I don't think I need to say much. That seemed very, very fluid and functional. That feel good? Okay, try the other side. Beautiful. So still maybe actually a little bit of dysfunction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Slide back up to your head. And what I'm feeling is potentially a lack of contractility in the glutes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to feel in, and let's check first the hamstring. So bend this leg. Don't really push down. Not bad. So I don't think it's that. And then I'm going to, have you bend this leg again. Lift the knee off. Let's check that musculature. Okay, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to get that activated. And so what I'll actually have you do is come into tabletop pose on the table, like the hands and knees.
Okay, I was like, what does that mean?
Tabletop pose. I can't believe you didn't know that. Okay.
I don't do yoga.
First,
I wish I did.
First, just have a flat spine, and then what I'm going to look for is lifting this leg up to the sky. Good. And then try to see how that pelvis wants to rotate? Try to keep that, yes. And then bend the knee. Good. And what we're going to do is just pulse up just to get that activated. That muscle needs to say, hello, hi. He needs some coffee or she needs some coffee as well. Good. Do about 5 or 6 of these. And then push into my hand. Push. Good. Come down, push. Good. Now, stabilize by tucking your tail. Remember how we practiced pushing that low back? Yes. Try it again. Keep that. Yeah. I know. 2 more. Good. Last one. You'll feel. Beautiful. Okay, drop down. Good work. So we're just telling that muscle just to reawaken. For some reason,
He's always sleeping on the job.
Bring this back, and let's try with a straight leg. Lift that as high as you can now. Fantastic. Okay. So we got that functional, that lower system, nice functional stability. It works from the top down, but also from the ground up, right? So all of the posture, all the walking, any sort of imbalance is going to create dysfunction all the way up the spine. But I'm feeling especially that this area needs some help. So our active exercises really work on that tailbone tucking and to stabilize with some abdominal exercises that I'll show you, okay?
Okay.
Into the TL junction. We're just going to test your system, see what kind of adjustment is needed. So just above, actually. All right, cool. Let's come on to your back. Okay, are you okay with a 3?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll try to do as gentle as possible here. All right, so I'm just gonna have you wrap your arms like a big teddy bear. Good, and then we'll just bring that a little bit closer. Good, so I'm just kind of feeling in where your system, push that up. So go a little bit tighter. This is more of what we call like a watery, so there's a lot of fluid, and we want to be really compressed. So really hold that, maybe like 50 to 60% strength. Keep your chin tucked. I'm going to rock you over to the side. We'll find that specific perfect. And then drop you down. All right. Awesome. Okay, now let me see the pillow here. And then we'll just give a big open few breaths into the high chest now. Fantastic. Okay, let's see what's going on with that neck. Drop your arms down when you feel comfortable. Okay, lift your head up for me and then drop it back down. Okay. Let all of your weight fall into my head. Right? Okay, yeah, so the system feels really hyper stressed, right? You're obviously a mom and got some other things going on. So we talked about this before, but really making time for Jada is essential. It's like putting your oxygen mask on first, and then you can take care of your family, right? Because you're on.
Like the plane.
Mm-hmm. So we had right flexion and left rotation. So we've got a segment, one of those blockages on the left side. Feels not too big, but kind of talking. Are you okay with the neck adjustment, or would you prefer something more gentle?
I'm okay with it.
Okay. Go right into here, so we'll get pretty low. Nice. Wasn't so bad.
No. What I needed, honestly.
Yeah. Beautiful breath. Oh, got some lights coming on. See that? Okay, let's feel back in. That feels nice and smooth. On that right side, talking probably high C1, potential occiput. So this is going to affect your sleep and your circadian rhythms. Are you okay with another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
This one's different. This is a faster one. So. Nice. Okay, I'm just going to come right. And then just relax. Let your mind sink back, your brain sink back into the head. There we go. I know it wants to kind of jump forward. Just try to do nothing. Just let your system. It's a foreign concept, right? Do nothing. Let yourself be. Yeah. Excellent. When you feel comfortable, when you feel safe, we'll have you come back into a seated position. Seemed like we could have stayed there. Needed that.
Yeah. Like a little nap.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just check your range of motion first in your neck. Let me just check and see how that feels, especially over that side. Yeah, and then rotate over.
I feel like I definitely have a little bit more space to move it.
Awesome. And then a little tuck of the chin and up to the sky. I think the range of motion is great. And also tell me, like, what are you noticing about your system?
It feels open.
Mm.
I feel like I'm not sure if it's connected, but I feel like my breath is a little bit deeper right now. So before it was kind of like stuck.
Yeah.
And I wasn't getting a full breath. So it feels a lot more open.
Cool. How do you feel like that's affecting your system, like deeper breath?
Well, before I didn't even realize it, but now that I have the difference, I can, just feel a little bit more free, not so like weight lifted on my shoulders. So
Yeah, so you feel like a weight was lifted off. Awesome.
yeah.
Cool. Let's have you do the walk again and just see how your hip and your lower body's
Over here?
functioning. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Model walk.
Yeah.
All right. What are you noticing?
I feel like not as sloppy, and I feel like straight.
Yeah.
So I feel like not as much tugging on this right hip. So.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Excellent. Let's have you take a seat right there. So, not tugging, openness in the body, in the system. Do you feel like that would, affect also, like how would it affect your relationships as well? So I want you to see that, this, when you're in balance, it affects your coworkers, it affects your family. Do you feel like, this is really valuable for you to really get in touch with your system and have that weightlessness feeling?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like if you don't feel good, you don't project well. So I think like if you feel good within yourself, you can let it flow, be
Cool.
natural.
Awesome. All right. And then, would you feel like you recommend it to your friends and family? And
Absolutely. Yeah,
Cool.
honestly, like my family is definitely coming in. So.
Yeah. You tell me, like your life before you kind of came to this office, and like, what do you and your life now? Because I want to hear kind of your story,
Yeah.
what you feel like the differences and the changes were now as opposed to before.
Yeah, so before I wasn't living for myself. I feel like I was living to serve others, which I still am, but I'm more mindful of putting myself first so that I can serve those people the best of my ability. So I think like I'm more cautious of my own energy. So it's a good thing. And I like thank you for the tools, you know, because I wake up and I stretch, I breathe, you know, things like I didn't do that before. I just wake up, boom, 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 got to do this. So it's nice to just take 2 minutes to myself. So.
Cool. Yeah, some jaded time.
Yeah.
And so we started off, I think, at a 4, right, in the neck. Just authentically speaking, what do you feel like it's at right now?
I think it's a 2, 1.
2,
Yeah.
2, 1.
It's like not really
Drop
there.
down significantly after just one 5-minute
Yeah.
thing, right? Okay. Yeah. So the last part is like, I want you to understand, like, this stuff has been going on for, you know, when we have disconnection that leads to dysfunction and then pain, that's been going on for at least a year, at least. Now realistically it's probably been 5-10 years, right? But conservatively we'll start at a year. So my question, do you feel like this would be, you know, something that just happens overnight?
No.
Okay, exactly. So we're all about a transformation. This is a process, a journey that you undertake and we undertake together as a team.
Yeah.
To really unravel those blockages and really get you living the absolute best life that you can live. All right?
Yeah.
All right, let's get you scheduled for your next session.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Thank you.